power sector in Nigeria and West Africa has experienced transformations, and in understanding how these transformations have occurred in the past 18 to 20 months, the West African Power Industry Conference looked at rewarding those that have been involved in various levels of transformation in this sector. Spintelligent, powering these industry awards in Nigeria, Lagos, organized and presented a formidable process that brought out the winners in 7 categories. In his opening remarks, Mr. David Ashdown, the CEO of Spintelligent, gave the analysis on how they arrived at the winners of this award, which showed transparency, credibility, and independence in the process.
When we launched this event, we discussed it in detail back at the head office, and there were a number of key principles that were incredibly important to us to ensure that we earned your trust. Firstly, it was important that we adopted an independent judging panel, and as the MC's just introduced, we have seven judges who've given their time and their input and their advice, and we're incredibly grateful for them and helping us to realise this inaugural event. The second requirement, or the key element for us, is that we drew nominations from across the industry sector. It was important that the nominations didn't come wholly from within the conference and the exhibition that we organised. Again, that's something that we set in motion to ensure that we earn your trust, that this is a transparent platform and something that we can build on and support you. As mentioned earlier, over 70 nominations. I think that's testament to the amount of success that should be rewarded in this industry sector. Thirdly, and probably the most important, was the fact that we wanted this process to be totally transparent. If you have any questions about how the nominations were judged, what the judging process was, how we came to the categories, the 7 categories that we have this evening, please do approach one of my team. We're more than happy to share the experience of hosting this first award with you. And any advice you have taking it forward, we are always happy to listen and potentially act on that advice.
Highlight of the event was the presentation of the Lifetime Achievers Award 2014 in the West African Power Industry Convention to Professor Barth Nnaji, former Minister of Power in the country, who has been instrumental to the power sector reforms in Nigeria.
The Lifetime Achievement Award, this category emphasizes an outstanding business leader with a track record of remarkable contribution to the development and the future of the industry. We've looked at their achievements, innovation, integrity, leadership skills and styles, peer recognition, and strategic vision. Obviously, only Jesus Christ made all those categories, but the nominees for the award are Dr. Sam Amadi, the Executive Chairman of NAD, Babatunde Raji Fashola, the Governor of Lagos State, and Professor Barth Nnaji, Chairman and Chief Executive of Ughelli Power. And the winner is Professor Barth Nnaji.
This award gives me a lot of joy. Not just the award the award that I received, because I'm receiving this award on behalf of so many people, many of them in here, who worked with me when I was Minister of Power and when I was in the Presidential Task Force, but also for my company, Geometric Power. It gives me joy because I can see that the power sector, which we all worked very hard transform, take out of the hands of government into private sector. That we're beginning to actually see performance of people there to be able to have award ceremonies like this. That gives me joy. So I'd like to thank WAPIC, organizers, for thinking of doing the award as part of the convention. Thank you very much, and thank you, Andrew, for being there.
At the end of receiving his rewards, we asked him how he felt about the award and also his projections about the progress of the Nigerian power sector reforms.
I feel so very proud that that I was considered to receive the award. Like I mentioned earlier, it's really not about me so much. It is about myself and all the people who worked with me in the transformation agenda of the power sector. The president gave us the authorization and power to do what we have done. Because if the leadership of the country did not agree, we may not have been able to achieve what we have achieved. But the people that I worked with did a lot to see that we get here, to be able to wrestle the power sector from the hands of government to private sector. And the outcome is what we are seeing now. Maybe power hasn't gotten to where it is supposed to be, but it is on the way, on the path to getting there. And the private sector as the initiative, I was quite happy to hear Ughelli Power begin to do what we envisioned would happen, which is we transfer the power to power companies to private companies, and they should recover the installed capacity and perhaps add more. That's what the whole privatization is about. So I'm quite pleased with that.
Also, Mr. David Ashdown speaks on how Spintelligent has been partnering with the WAPIC in the Industry Awards and also what we expect in the future for the sub-region.
We've introduced and awarded on 7 categories this evening. We had over 70 nominations within those categories. It's been an independent judging panel that's drawn the conclusions for the night. And in general, I think the power sector here have appreciated the evening. It's been fun. And actually for next year, we look forward to make it bigger and better. I think, to be honest, tonight is about celebrating success and success within the power sector. This industry here in this region, and certainly within Nigeria, has undergone massive transformation in the last 12 to 18 months. And I think what we're looking to do here with WAPIC as our conference and exhibition, we've introduced the inaugural awards evening, and it's an opportunity to celebrate success. It's the place where the industry can come together and reward, network, enjoy, socialise, and really get behind the industry in which they're active. I think as I mentioned in my welcoming speech this evening, it was important for us as the organiser that the event was transparent in the fact that it was an independent judging panel, that we pushed out for nominations from across the industry. They weren't generated exclusively from within the conference or exhibition we operated in. And we employed a principle of total transparency. If anyone is interested to see how the judging was conducted, how the nominations were marked, we're more than happy to do that. At the end of the day, for us, what is important is this event is credible. If it's not credible, it doesn't mean anything for the industry. If it doesn't mean anything for the industry, we don't have the trust of the industry, and that's very important to what we do as organisers.
Rewarding excellence in a nascent and growing sector like the power sector is very critical because it is crucial to the socio-economic growth of Nigeria and West Africa. And this is where excellence meets persistence, focus, and dedication. And we hope that in the next edition, we'll be here again to give you incisive report analysis on how excellence is rewarded in this sector.